a bit of bread and a sip of juice, and we remember the death of Jesus and also the great and powerful resurrection, because we're here not just because of his death, but because of his resurrection. These past couple of days, I've been reading and meditating in Luke chapter 23, which is about the crucifixion of Jesus. And several things struck me this time as I read through. Of Jesus as he stood on trial. And in Luke, 3 times Pilate declares him innocent. 3 times he tries to release Jesus. And the crowd continually calls for Jesus' death and his crucifixion. And one of the most sobering words comes in the very end of this section. And so Pilate decided to grant their demand. In spite of the fact that he believed he was innocent, in the fact that there was no proof of his guilt, he was condemned. And so he takes the place of a person who is a terrorist, a murderer, a rebellious person. That's how he's described in Scripture. And there are 2 with him. You can imagine what it must have been like for those 3 standing there, and suddenly the name Barabbas is announced and he's free. But the other 2 are going to go to the cross with Jesus. Jesus takes the place of that condemned person and is accused of being a murderer and a terrorist. And yet he goes to the cross. And as you read through the story, all the different things that happen to Jesus, but I come down to the end of this whole, or at least this section where he's crucified. And then the 2 thieves speak. One thief accuses him. Aren't you the Christ? Save us and yourself. But the other one has some really interesting things to say. Do you not fear God, he said, since you are under the same sentence, and we are punished justly, for we are getting what our deeds deserve. But this man has done nothing wrong. I thought about that, and I said, well, how in the world did he know that Jesus was innocent? And I imagine that at the trial, as it was because of a very public thing, the crowds were there, Pilate was there sitting in public, passing judgment, that I imagine those 3 condemned men were standing there getting ready to go to their crosses and die. And they listened as these people presented their case, and each time Pilate examined Jesus and said, he's innocent. Herod also examines him in Luke and comes back with the same conclusion. This man has done nothing worthy of death. And of the 2 thieves, one heard and saw maybe a way out if he could convince Jesus to get down off the cross if he really is the Son of God. But the other one says, no, we're getting what we deserve. Instead, he says of Jesus, this man is innocent. And then he turns to Jesus with these words. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And Jesus' answer is profound. This man has done nothing to deserve a not guilty verdict. He's done nothing to get into paradise or wherever. But Jesus sees him, and I think this is critical. He saw both thieves, but he saw this man, and he saw one